Hello guys, welcome, I say welcome back, but this will be at the start of the video. I just want to say that in this video and the next video you can hear my keyboard clicking quite a lot. I've got a mechanical keyboard. I'm not sure if there's much I can do about that. I do have like a muffler type thing on the mic, but it doesn't seem to work particularly well. I might try turning the gain down and on my mic and testing it out for the next video, but just let you know that, you know, when I'm in combat, you can hear a bit of clicking, but not excessive, not like, anyway. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you know. Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Bob here, back in Shroud of the Avatar, as you can see, and I've been doing some quests. I'm doing a quest today, and I wanted to talk a bit more about the I guess the storytelling within the world, because that generated a bit of conversation on the last video, and yeah, I guess want to try and explain a bit more about what I mean. I think it was trying to think of names now. I should have all this stuff up, shouldn't I? But then, you know, wouldn't be my videos if I didn't quite know what I was doing when I started. Token Otaku. I'm sorry, I couldn't. YouTube and Google is basically crap for some reason. I couldn't read all of your comment. If I go to the video, it doesn't show up, and it's my bloody channel. If I go to my messages and comments, the spam and stuff, it's just not in any of the boxes. So I can only read a small part of it. But you mentioned that I was talking about kind of the lore rather than story or zone storytelling. I think lore is like lore for me personally is something like the book I'm currently reading, which is something that happened 200 years ago. Not all lore has to be old, but I think lore generally, my definition is like a collection of information that we know about stuff, and we can refer back to. I think this is more. I think what I'm talking about is more real time. So I did a couple of videos, kind of wasting my time really. Well, not wasting my time, but I did a couple of videos after the one that's gone up, and I haven't put those two up because essentially they were kind of quite similar. And what I mean is that like this is obviously a town, right? So if you haven't got, if you haven't got storytelling, I guess storytelling is the right word. If you haven't got, and when I say storytelling, I mean basically everything that's going on within the zone. It doesn't have to be NPCs pointing you to a direction. So this zone feels like lived in. You know, it is obviously it's obviously a town. Whether it's set out logically or not doesn't really matter. It's got buildings. It's populated by NPCs you can talk to. So I guess maybe more than storytelling, this is a zone that feels like it's fleshed out, it's lived in. But a lot of the scenes where you're adventuring just not like that, and it doesn't need an NPC there telling you exactly everything that's going on, but it does need to feel like. I think, as like Zen mentioned on the comments, it does. I think I'm not sure I agree completely with. I mean, I'm not even sure. I mean, Zen feels quite strongly about the zone feeling absolutely 100% organic, and I'm not even sure if single player, story-driven, focused games get that right. Although I do agree with some of the comments about, you know, the materials that buildings are made out of and stuff like that. For the pipes and stuff, I guess you can ship in iron or steel or whatever and make them. Maybe that practically, for long term, maybe that makes more sense. I don't know, but certainly I agree with the sentiments. But like I walked into a zone. I did a video on a zone essentially from the book, because all I wanted to do was follow the book, and I might still try and do that. But I went into a zone from the book. A key zone. This area is only at the start of the book, but it's a key area, and it's where they find something of great importance to the story. That's where they find the thing that's most important to the story going forward. And I went into this zone, and it's a city which should be ruined, and it is ruined. It looks really good, but there was nothing in it. You know, and again, I don't mean an NPC that is pointing things out to you. That's the, you know, that's the council rooms, and that's the barracks and whatever. It's just that you're wandering around and it is just bare, and it's not like, I feel that when you walk into, if you've got a ruin, if you go to a ruined city and you know, wherever that may be, and you walk around the buildings, you will find things that tell you a story about the zone or the area that you're in. And it could be written information, it could be just people going about their day-to-day lives. Maybe you walk into a kitchen and there's food on the table that's rotting. It's a family are in the middle of their food, in the middle of their dinner, that kind of thing. So it's those kind of things, really. And I was wandering around this zone, which is a key part of the story from the books. And it was just empty. There was just... It looked very nice. All the stonework looked nice, and the ruined buildings looked nice. When I was going into the buildings, there was just nothing in them. It was just quite bare. And I felt to myself, well, I was very disappointed because, as I said, I wanted to follow along, follow the kind of hero's progress through the books, the places that they go, that he and she goes to. But it was just quite disappointing because it was just bare, and it wasn't. It was like a zone where people had kind of where the developers had plonked buildings down in a rough design of a ruined city, and then they just left it, and there was just no storytelling. There was nothing really to tell me exactly what had happened. And I mean, this was 200 years ago. Fair enough. But even I think even then you can stretch the realms of logic a certain extent to try to create. Even if you had some like writings on a wall or some murals or something, and it just was quite bare. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about storytelling. Everyone's got their own ideas of what that should mean, but for me, I want to walk into a zone and feel that there's something going on. This not just I mean, obviously, you could go somewhere in the real world and it's just a place and there's nothing in it. But I guarantee that you could still walk around and you could see bits of the ecology, bits of civilization, even the vegetation, how things are built. Signs of habitation, and you could still build up some kind of story in your head about what was going on there, even if it appears to be empty at the moment. And I just feel that's what the scenes are lacking. I don't want to go into a scene and have a row of NPCs telling me everything that's going on. But at the same time, I do want to go into a scene and feel that there is something going on. That there is this area is showing signs of habitation and just and kind of common sense, as kind of Zen mentioned about sort of if you're in an area abundant in wood, well, you'd build buildings out of wood, I would imagine. Not always, you may ship in stone as they may have done here. There's probably a quarry nearby, but I still think logically in a game that's set in, it's fantasy, but it's quite a medieval setting. You would build buildings, for example, out of the resources that are close to you. But it's not just that. It's if I go into a place where there are buildings and stuff, and I did go to a zone where there were buildings, and there's where's that shadow come from? A big shadow just came over me there. I'm not quite sure why it was. Maybe it was a comet. I went to a zone and there were buildings. I went into buildings, they were empty. There was nothing. And I at least would like to have seen some crockery. Maybe get some sort of idea of how the people were living. Maybe even some notes. Just with some writing on, just to give you a bit of flavour for the area. But there was nothing, and I think that's kind of. Yeah, for me, that's what seems to be missing from a lot of the scenes. But I do understand it's a lot of work, so hopefully, although release is in a week or so, but hopefully they'll be able to go around and, fill those bits in. Anyway, what I wanted to do was go to an area where I've got a quest, essentially. So Ivar here, there's a problem in the Kiln Cistern. Have a quick look, see if I can find it. Oh no, yeah, he's an alchemist. Resides in Kiln. He watched over the cistern, but last time we went down there, there were some strange creatures there destroying the nearby waters, and apparently the water is becoming more and more polluted. So we're going to go down and see if we can. Water elementals, Lucian says, do not enter. Please come see me. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. Obviously, this is in a town, and Ivar here has actually put this note up. But if I'm going into an area, that's the kind of thing that I want to see, irrespective of what the area may be. The other thing is always, a lot of these areas just don't have any mobs in them. You know, the monsters are really, really thin on the ground, so I'm not quite sure. What that's all about. It's just not even worth going to these areas to grind experience. It's really weird. I think what was more disappointing was this was an area from the book, and I was expecting big things when I went in, you know, and there wasn't. Okay, let's chuck out. I'll try and keep things as immersive as possible. So we'll chuck up our, rather than using our light, our night vision, which kind of just turns everything, you know, an odd colour. We will we'll use the light. Okay. Again, great level design. In a sense, I like the verticality of it. It's weird because one of the negatives, of course, I think probably of using a game engine is that it becomes quite. It's tempting to just use assets from the game engine store. Now, I don't know anything about the assets of the Unity engine. I haven't looked at them or whatever. So again, I know it was commented on that a lot of them are just bought from the store and modified, which again is fine. I don't have too much of a problem with that. The only thing I do find is that kind of all of the sewers, for example, look exactly the same. And I'm not sure, even in the same world, I'm not sure that would be exactly. That would be how things work exactly. Different people in different areas would obviously maybe use different techniques, different materials to build them with, but they all look very similar. Okay. We'll turn all the torches on just to give us a bit of a. Let's have a look around here. Ah, okay. Change water depth. Okay. If you did not write this, you do not belong down here. Leave the water processing equipment alone and exit the premises immediately. Set for a reason. Okay. So that's a different alchemist. Interesting. It's so we can change the water level. There is also Black Blade Pass. Okay. So that looks like it's a way out. I quite like the way that when you go underground, it links up to other areas as well. Other scenes, which is quite good. There's a ladder just there. I can't reach. Okay, so I guess we're going to be... I'm going to go down here. No. Oh, okay, we're alright. Okay. Okie doke. So what I think we need to do here is push the water level up. I can't jump up there, so we need to change the water level to to move on. I think it was this way, wasn't it? Yeah. That's quite good. A little puzzle. This is kind of what and I'm trying to you know, not wanting to. Let's see what that has done. Ooh. So it allows us to get onto the platform over there. Trying to give you some examples rather than just kind of bashing something without giving you an example. I mean, even if I think of the game that I've been playing quite a lot over the last few years, that's EverQuest on P99. Even a game that wasn't really well noted for its Can I just jump in? Yes. Even a game that wasn't really well noted for its quests and stuff. You know, EverQuest, P9, you know, classic EverQuest is all about the grind. But even that, when you go into a zone, as they're called in EverQuest, you know, you'll get NPCs walking around that will talk to you and just give you flavour to the area. You kind of get, you know, you might get sort of clans or tribes or creatures that are just opposed to each other. You've got factions to work on. Okay. Open doors. Exit to Kiln. Where is that going to take me? So have I just... Okay, so I've opened a shortcut through. Fine. Yes, yeah. So even then, I mean, you've got dungeons where, I mean, if I pick up a random dungeon that I've been in recently, like Nagina, for example. You know, the storytelling for Nagina is that it's called Hello, Water Elemental. You know, there's actually a person called Nagina, and she went into the area and took over the dungeon, calling it Nagina, and that's kind of like the storytelling. You know, there's just something behind it, and I think that's kind of what we're looking for a bit more of, I think, here. You know, if I look at things like one of my favourite zones, Kenos Hills, you know, you've got like a ranger, for example, who walks around protecting the animals, you know, and if she discovers you fighting animals, she will kill you. That's great. You know, that's the kind of thing. You know, it's kind of organic, feels alive. And so I guess that kind of sums up essentially what I'm looking for, what I'm talking about, is those kind of things. Whoa, hang on. Okay, here we go. But hopefully they'll come around they'll get around to that, you know, and they will start doing that kind of thing. Yeah, so I think the definitely feel like it's you get quite a lot of hidden walls in the game, I've noticed. Okay. Okay, this looks like the only way we haven't been for this section anyway. I do love the laughter, little giggling, little chuckling of the water elementals. Giving off much light, those torches, but it's better than nothing. Can I climb this? No. Okay, so we've just discovered the North Cistern. Okay. So, sorry, I'm just going to turn on night vision. There we go. Doesn't appear to be anywhere over there. I think what I might need to do here is... I think I need to lower the water again. Possibly. There's a gate there. I may be able to get through. That's not a gate, so I can't go through that. Okay, so I think what we need to do is go and lower the water again. I'd be interested in I'd be interested in anyone if you've got any advice. I'm interested in anyone. I'm interested if anyone's got any advice on armors and stuff, because I kind of wanted to. I'm still not sure exactly what I want to do with my character. Well, I do actually. I think ultimately what I kind of want to be is like an archmage type character, which you can be in this game. You know, you can kind of specialize, not specialize, but you can get to a very good level in in all of the magical arts. So I think that's something that I would quite like to do. But also I do quite like using the swords and the sort of pole arms particularly. I quite like using. So but it seems to be very much determined by your armour. I mean, some of the spells I can't cast. I'm wearing full plate, so I might try and mix and match. The only thing is, I do quite like the what's the skill called? I do love the body slam skill. So, was this the way to go? Yeah, I do like body slam skills. I'm not sure if I can wear a chest plate to keep my heavy armour skills, then wear cloth on the rest, which may allow me to cast spells. So I guess what I want to do is I want to be, a caster, but still use my weapons if possible. So I guess I need to look at. There we go. That's an open gate. Cool. Yeah. So if anyone's got any advice on armors? I mean, I'm not sure if like light armor is viable for a tank. And what I would quite like is I'm not sure if it's a Chinese or a Japanese martial art, but the one where they use the long, almost like pole arms, and they do these elaborate twists and twirls with them. I'll have to look up to see what that martial art is called. I love that. And I know that they wear, generally, you know, they don't wander around in plate armour. Maybe I should just buy some light armour and see how. Okay, West Cistern, we're at. Buy some light armour and just see what the light armour skills are like. You know, will they give me adequate? I imagine that a lot of it is based around evasion rather than damage resistance, which is fine. I'm leaving the night vision on. I hope that's not too much of an issue. So we can go up there. We can't go up there. Let's just look up this ladder. I imagine we've got to change the water level again here. Okay. Switch required. Let's read what this says. Note to self, I need to fix the 4 gate switch again. Only 2 doors open at a time. Okay. So only 2 doors open at a time. So that door and that door, this door is currently open. Fair enough. Okay. Let's have a quick look up. Nope, that's a dead end. Let's go through here. We can go through here and up, can't we? Let's check that out. Yeah, so if anyone's got any advice on armours, yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great to if you wouldn't mind providing that, providing me with some advice. But I think it looks like I'm going to be using mostly light armour to okay. Oh, awesome. Cool. So we can now kind of... I like that. Kind of reminds me of some Demon Souls, Dark Souls level design where you open up little shortcuts back again. That's good. That's much appreciated, that is. That's awesome. I'm raising some skills at the moment, so I could probably just spam those for a little bit now and again whenever I'm wandering around. Okay. It's all about the switch. So we need to get across to the other side because we can access the left side there. Okay. Toggle doors. Closes that one, obviously it does. Switch required. Okay. Oh, a chest. Okay. What I did also get, I did a quest where I got some. I think it's the the truth. I'm going through the truth line of quests. I got this hood, Mage's hood, which is quite good. 10 intelligence, which I quite like the looks of. So I might try and do those. Well, I was going to try and record it, but it was quite long. But there are currently 3 virtue quests at the moment, so I'll try and record some of the other ones. It did say the 4-gate switch, which I assume to be these. Which I assume to be these gates. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. But these gates also require a switch to get through. Okay, how long have we been recording? I try and make the videos a bit shorter, just because processing and stuff is a bit of a nightmare. Okay, well I'm going to split this into 2 videos, I think. So I'll stop this video here. We've been going for about 25 minutes. So I will stop and then come back, and we will see what we shall see. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.